Good afternoon. Our 20 inches of snow is melting quickly, and at this point in the winter we are saying good riddance. It's about time for some warmer weather. So as many of you know, we've been hauling water all winter, and we're really looking forward to being self-sufficient, collecting our rainwater for the RV use. And to do that, Charles is going to finish setting up the solar array rainwater collection and put gutters on the shed, so we won't have to rely on the canopy of the RV, which was a little bit tricky because we couldn't leave the canopy out whenever there was wind, so we were only able to collect water if it was raining but not windy. So this will be a little bit more versatile. Over here on the large solar array, Charles had already set up some gutters at the bottom to catch the water as it slides off the panels. It will go down underground here and under the driveway. And here on the rooftop of the shed that holds our solar equipment, there will be some gutters draining into this IBC tote. And from here, we'll pump it to the RV. And it may not happen in this video, but this pipe from the solar array gutter will end up going into the IBC tote eventually. For now, this system will supply the RV, but someday we hope to use it to irrigate a vegetable garden and fruit trees. If you're wondering why we haven't planted fruit trees yet, we're waiting for a year without a spongy moth caterpillar outbreak so they don't get eaten while they're getting established.
Your laser pointer is recharging. You're going to have to wait.
I made 2 wren houses.
We're looking forward to putting a finish on the walls inside the yurt, but after buying $80 worth of raw linseed oil, we chickened out of using it because we read about how it can feed mildew instead of preventing it. Now we have settled on polyurethane, but like a lot of other projects that we have on hold, that one will require warmer weather to help it dry between coats. There are a few more sections of wall panel waiting on the final test of the water supply lines. But one thing Charles completed recently was the closet wall behind the pocket door for the bathroom. This is where he cut the tongues off the boards and screwed them in instead of nailing them, just in case he ever needs to access the pocket door hardware in the future. Brandish that thing next time you glue something.
Like this?
Nice. the last week of March now, and the calendar says it's spring, although we don't quite believe it yet. I can't wait for the frogs and salamanders to come out over the next few weeks, and I'll bring you along to see them at local pools like this one. But we've already seen birds taking advantage of the thaw on our south-facing slope, including this flock of turkeys who walked right by the window of our camper.
More keep coming over the hill. Another big tom.
It's a lot of turkeys. Good morning. We are off on another excursion. We've been having pretty good luck with Facebook Marketplace, and we are going to pick up a table today. And what are you going to do with that table, Charles?
Chop it up. It's a butcher block table, and we're getting it for $150. So I'm gonna cut it to size and make our bathroom vanity top out of it.
And on the way, maple syrup is big business in Vermont, and we found out that the last weekend of March and the first weekend of April are open house for a lot of the sugar houses in the state. So let's introduce you to our guide, Vicki Burke. She grew up sugaring, and she's been working with the Dutton family farm for over 25 years. And over that time, the system has evolved from collecting sap with individual spiles and buckets to a series of plastic pipes that run all the way from the trees into a series of huge tanks. Then they have to process it fast enough to keep the tanks from overflowing.
This used to be buckets out here, so we would have to all do buckets.
Yeah.
We let the younger generation take over a few years ago, and they did all pipelines. Because what we normally want is our nights to go below freezing and our days to go above freezing. Just that's what will make the sap run. This is our overflow tank out back here, because we really do get that much sap, and it's going all day long. Here it comes. So the next step is we're going to go down, and we have a reverse osmosis machine which takes out 75% of the water. So it cuts our boiling time in half.
Wow.
We switched over the boiling room to fuel. It was wood fed. We switched it to fuel when fuel was 49 cents a gallon. So that's why that reverse osmosis machine is really important to us, because it's cutting down our boiling time. So what's coming up here in this smaller tank is it's run down into the reverse osmosis. This is now the concentrated sap. From here, we'll go down inside, and it runs along a feed line, and that's where it's going on the steam away. So the rest of the process is literally boiling it to steam away the rest of the water. You have to boil what you have, because when you come in the next day, your tanks are full all over again.
This beautiful brown liquid Charles is admiring is just a few minutes away from being pure maple syrup. It's what's left after most of the water leaves the sugar house through the chimney as steam from this evaporator. The syrup is collected after it reaches a certain density where it's shelf stable but won't solidify in the bottle. And its color at that point is measured to determine its grade: golden, amber, dark, or very dark, where the darker grades have stronger flavors. Now the syrup is ready for the filter press, where the minerals that go by the name of sugar sand are removed with filter paper.
Every one of these is hollow inside with the filter paper, because when it comes from here to in here, you can see how it's full of sugar sand. We want it to be nice and clear when we jug it.
Then, finally, it goes through a tube to the canning station and comes out in bottles ready for the store shelf.